Hello friends, I welcome you all to Nityananda Physics. This is lecture 3rd on mechanical properties of fluid, and this lecture will be very short. It's all about Pascal's law. Now what is this Pascal's law? Pascal's law states that the pressure applied at any point of an enclosed fluid at rest is transmitted equally and undiminished to every point of the fluid and also on the walls of the container, provided the effect of gravity is neglected. Now this I just read it now. I'll just explain. It states that the pressure applied at any point on of an enclosed fluid. The first thing is what the fluid need to be enclosed. It should not be open fluid. It should not be open to atmosphere. It should be completely closed. And then when that's the case, the whole fluid means what? It can be air, liquid, anything which flows, that will be considered as fluid, and it is enclosed. And then if you apply pressure on that, and that pressure will be equally and undiminishedly transmitted to every point of the fluid. Whatever pressure you applied, it will be applied everywhere, and every point means even in this point. Now there are different points inside the liquid, different walls are there, everywhere the same pressure. Whatever the pressure is applied at one point, that will be applied every point of the container. Only thing we need to consider that we are neglecting the effect of gravity. Now we'll just explain. Now this phenomena we are seeing a lot, many times. Even when you are blowing a balloon, when the balloon is being blown, the balloon is having some shape before. It's like small shape is initially, and when you blow it, it becomes bigger. Now when obviously here elasticity is the another property, because of which we will not be able to say how the pressure is equal. But now here the every point on the wall will be having the same pressure. Okay, better than that example we can even think about soap bubble. Sometimes the children play that kind of thing, that they are having a ring and inside they have a soap. They just dip it inside soap and then they blow it. And when the bubbles come out, then bubbles are actually circular. They are spiritual. When they are coming out, they are spherical. Why they are spherical? Because it's having same kind of pressure everywhere. Or you might have seen people making a balloon out of the chewing gum. And what is happening there also, when the chewing gum is getting blown, it's again coming in a spherical form. Why it is coming in a spherical form? Because the pressure which is being exerted because of the mouth, the air pressure which is being pumped, it is equally getting distributed to all the walls. Now these are some of the examples, but we'll see what is the different applications. Here the same simple example is given. An experiment is shown. There is a enclosed water and any fluid which is given there, and then what we have done, we are applying a force on A. On this A part we are applying a force, and this A, actually this is a point A. The A point is having area small a, this B point is area twice of that A, C point is having thrice of the area, and the D point is having half of that area. Now the what law is saying, every point the pressure need to be same. What is the pressure at A? Pressure at A, PA, is equal to force upon area. Area is small a. This what is the pressure here. Now according to Pascal's law, the same pressure has to be distributed equally and undiminished to everywhere throughout the liquid. Now this will be there even on the walls, and even everywhere the same pressure will be there. Now the walls are kind of solid and they cannot move. Now here, because these are the pistons, A, B, C, D, they are the pistons, and when you apply force on A will be going down, because you are putting pressure, you are putting a force on it, and because of that force there is some kind of motion which will be pushing it down. But now because of that, now the others has to come out. See, if A goes inside, if the piston at A goes inside, now this has to come out. And how much they will be coming out? They will be coming out in such a way that the pressure is maintained everywhere, the same pressure is there. Now if I just want to avoid that them to go away, then how much force I need to exert? Now here the force will be everywhere, the P will be same. PA is equal to PB is equal to PD is equal to PC. Every point the pressure is same. Now how much will the pressure here? Force upon area. Now here area I know, PA area is twice A. Here I am writing FB, here I am writing FD, here D pressure is A by 2, and here I am writing FC, and the pressure here is thrice A. Now by seeing that, by comparing this equation, first comparing these two, what we can understand, by comparing this to FB is equal to twice of F. The pressure is increasing, but why it is increasing? The principle is same. The force is increasing, force is twice. It's twice because it's maintaining the pressure, and by comparing in the same way we can find out different forces. Likewise, FD is equal to then F by 2, FC is equal to thrice F. Like how this force is directly proportional to the area, just so that the pressure can be maintained. So that's what is Pascal's law. That's so simple, nothing else is there in Pascal's law. And we have two applications of Pascal's law in our syllabus. We are having two applications, hydraulic lift and the hydraulic brakes. As such, this principle has been applied many places. Even when we see these JCB machines are there, even in the trucks or the different places we have this, they lift it with the help of hydraulics. Many places it is being used, the same principle is being used, that pressure, they are putting a force at one place, and the same force, if the force is applied on a smaller area, and then another place is there where the area is bigger, and then the force which is being coming as the opposite direction, that will be bigger. Now you can actually search so many videos of this experiment. It's like there are many videos. Even if you just imagine we are having one piston here, there is some enclosed liquid here, and I have some piston here. I'm just pushing, and this piston is connected to another bigger area. There is another piston here which is pushing. Now if I just push this down, there is fluid which is throughout. Now this area, maybe I am writing is this A, and this one is 10 times A. This area is 10 times A. I'll write it with black. This one is A, this one is 10 times A. Here I apply force A. Now here there will be another force which is coming out. That will be 10F. Why it is coming here is why it is 10F, because the pressure has to be same. Pressure at this point is F upon A, and pressure at this point also has to be then 10F upon 10A. F upon 10A, that is again F upon A. So both the places the pressure is being maintained. Now how it is being applied, it doesn't depend. Now pressure is a scalar quantity. Now I am applying force in one direction. Now when here another force is being applied, now this direction I can decide anywhere, any dimension, I can just turn it by any direction, and there I can get that same force. So that's the principle which will be used in different places. Now we are seeing these two applications, hydraulic lifts and hydraulic brakes, how they work. Okay, now there is one diagram which is shown. Now this is just to explain how these principles work. Now this person, what he has done, he has taken some Coca-Cola bottle and he has put 4 syringes. They are all having the same dimension, and the another one that is above, and everywhere inside there is water. And now this person is pulling, pushing that water inside, pulling both the ways it works actually. When you are pushing it, then all these 4 are coming out now. All these 4 syringes are going out in the same force, with the same force. Why they are having the same force? Because the pressure, obviously here the force, we are not worried about force, we want to explain that the pressure at all these points, the pressure at this point, pressure at this point, pressure and all these points throughout the liquid, because it's an enclosed liquid, the pressure will be same at every point. And in this particular case, because the area, because all these syringes are same, all of them are same, all of them are having same area, that's why the pressure which is being exerted on them is therefore the force also which is exerted on them is same. But instead of that, if you are having different syringe sizes, one is small, another one is bigger, and then what will be happening, according to their size, that much force will be exerted. The smaller one will exert lesser force, the bigger one will have more force exerted to balance the pressure. Ultimately the pressure has to be same. Now the first example what we have, the application, that is hydraulic lift. Now we have seen this kind of lift in the garages, they use it. Now just imagine there is one fellow here, this fellow is having 60 kg weight and the car is having 1000 kg weight. Now this person, this area is given like 100 meters square, and another area is given 2000 meters square, means actually this is A and then this becomes 20A. This is A, then this is 20A. That's how the area is being shown. Now this person, because of this mass, there is some force which is being exerted, mg, and here also there is force, capital M into G. Now here the force F1 is equal to how much? F1 will be, I am just considering G is equal to 10 meter per second square. It will be then 600 Newton, and here F2 will be how much? 10,000 into 10, that is equal to 10,000 Newton. Oh, it's not visible. I'll write it here. F2 is equal to 10,000 Newton. Now both are, now if I want to lift this, if I want to lift the car, how much force I will be needing? I'll need the force which is more than 10,000. If it is 10,000, it will be balanced. If it is more than 10,000, now 10,000 is the force which is going downward. Now if this is F2, if I have a force which is going upward, and which is greater than F2, then only the vehicle is going to go up. Now this person is using hydraulic lift. What is happening here? Now the pressure here at the A point, at the first point, at this point the pressure is equal to what? Force upon area, and here also the pressure will be force upon area. Now here the pressure is F1, area is A. Here pressure, we don't know how much is the pressure, we are just considering it, putting it like F2 or F3. I'll just put F3, the pressure which is actually being transferred there, that's the F3 pressure. And the area, here area is A, here area is 10A, 20 times A, that is being shown to us is 20 times A. I'll just erase some of the part. Okay, this is 20 times A, F3 upon 20 times A, and this is the mass of the vehicle, 1000 kg. Now in this case, if I see how much is the force F3 which is being produced because of this hydraulic lift, what will be that force? Both of them are having the same value. Here I can compare P at both the places. According to the Pascal law, both the values of P is same. It's the same pressure which is being exerted at both the places. Therefore I can write it P is equal to F1 upon A. Okay, I cannot write down here. F1 upon A is equal to F3 upon 10A. Therefore F3 is equal to A will get cancelled. F3 is 20A. F3 is 20 times F1. Now what is the value of F3? F1 is 600. Now that's why F3 is equal to what? 20 into 600, that is equal to 12,000 Newton. Now the force which is exerted, F2 value is 10,000 Newton, and the force which is being produced because of this hydraulic lift is 12,000 Newton, and because of this 12,000 Newton force, the vehicle is getting lifted up. How much it will be lifted up? Now here we know that there is some kind of force is being there. Given when the force is being applied, there has to be an acceleration. With some acceleration it will be going up. Now how long it will be going up? It depends how much is the volume. The volume here and the volume here will be the same. And what will be the volume? Height into area. So by using that principle, now here it is shown also. Here if the height is moving by 20 inch, then the vehicle is just increasing by 0.1 inch. But ultimately, to increase this 0.1 inch, it will not be possible for a simple man. But by using this hydraulic lift, even such a 1000 kg weight can be lifted up by using this hydraulic lift. This is the first use of using Pascal's law. Second, which we will be seeing in the hydraulic brakes. Now, how the hydraulic brakes work? They work on the same principle. Here there is brake, whatever the cylinder of the brake is there, that's having lesser area. Because the lesser area is there, the lesser force, with the lesser force you are getting some pressure. Here you have some pressure, then P is equal to force upon area. there's a pressure at this point, and the same pressure will be there at every point. Every point will be having same pressure. But no other cylinders which are there, they are having bigger area. Because they are having bigger area, the more pressure will be generated there. Now we are applying a lesser pressure with our foot pedal, but because of hydraulic system, because of the Pascal's law, we are getting bigger force according to as much the if the area is 2a, then the force will be 2f. If the area is 10 times, then the force will be 10 times. In that way, we are able to stop the vehicle by using these hydraulic brakes. Now these brakes can be connected to drums, or it can be connected to disc brakes. Both will be having the same principle. Instead of having a mechanical force, we are using the mechanical force only, but the initial force whatever we are putting, it's getting magnified because of the use of the Pascal's law. Because what Pascal law says that the fluid tries to maintain the same pressure throughout the enclosed surface. Now here the surface is enclosed, so that's what we have to remember. Surface has to be enclosed, it cannot be open. And most of the time, whenever we see that, everywhere we are seeing that these are the liquids which are being used, and you can use water, but better than the water, most of the places there will be different oils which are being used, different kinds of liquids, or the oils will be used. Why the oil is being used? Because oil will not get evaporated easily, and we want a liquid which is not compressible. Obviously oil is also, water is also not compressible, but we cannot use air, because someone may say that okay, instead of oil, what if I am having only the air? The problem with the air is what? Air can get compressed. Although air is a fluid, but it's not an ideal fluid, it gets compressed. That's why we need here liquids, with different kinds of liquid, and with the liquids only, mostly with the oils, all these systems will be working. And that's all with the Pascal's law, and hope we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you all for joining.